I see the delegates of Germany, Finland, Palestine, Jordan. I would kindly ask that you, Algeria. Thank you. Palestine. India, Jamaica. We'd like to begin. Thank you. With that being said, I will give the rapporteur the floor to see if we have reached a consensus. Mr. Rapporteur, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And well, so far I have not received any amendments or proposals for amendment for this draft decision. So probably we can ask the distinguished members to present their proposals. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished members. Would somebody like to present their proposal? Can we have the draft on screen, please? Thank you. India, would you like to take the lead on this since you proposed? You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, thank you for that break. We've had a quick round of consultations. I think there is an emerging consensus. So if we start from the very beginning, I think the principles are well accepted. I had just suggested that we could reorder, but that's my opinion, and I think the floor will take a call. I thought para 1 is fine, and then we do paras 3, 4, and 5, and then 2. I feel they read better. Appreciative of the... We don't have the appreciative paragraph? Appreciative of the high level of expertise. Paras
do you have the, India, do you have the paper copy?
Oh, okay. Okay, my mistake, Madam Chair. So we are fine with para 1, 2.
Does anybody object to para 1 or 2? No? 3,
No.
You can continue.
Then I notice paras 3 and 4 are deleted, so we move on to para 5. We are fine with para 5 also, Madam Chair. Then we move on to para 6. Is that fine? Para 6, I think, Madam Chair, we might have to take a call and see how everyone is placed on para 6.
Thank you. I would also like to see if anybody has any comments to point of order, Lebanon.
Excuse me, Mrs. Chairman, but there is a complete difference between what is on the screen and what we get here. For example, paragraph 5 here is conscient des besoins importants d'un nombre significatif des États partis. Et while here it's tenant en compte de la charge de travail. I mean, it's totally different.
Thank you, Lebanon. Mr. Rapporteur, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks for to the distinguished delegate of Lebanon. Indeed, of course, because of the complexity in the way the amendments were proposed, we were trying to do our best in order to recopilate all of the amendments in both versions. But I mean, it is true that there is a difficulty in the paragraph in the French version because the more of the amendments were coming in English. So in that regard, I call on the indulgence of the distinguished delegates, and probably we can. I think that we get the substance, the substance of the comments, but in this regard, probably we can accommodate the number of the paragraphs along the discussion. Thank you.
May I get an English version? Thank you.
Thank you. Could somebody please provide the English version to the distinguished colleague from Lebanon? And now, Turkey, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I strongly believe that we need to ascertain in no unclear terms in the beginning of this resolution that it is not the aim of this committee to declare war against any expert body, any advisory body. So we should highlight that we appreciate the work being done, and I strongly encourage Japan and Algeria to reconsider their proposals to delete my earlier paragraph 3.
Japan and Algeria, we're discussing paragraph 3, so could you please make comment on the proposal made by Turkey?
Sorry, madam. The proposal is that we delete the paragraph 3.
And Turkey is requesting that you don't delete paragraph 3.
Ah, no.
Is that what I understood, right?
Yeah, we should delete because it is yet in the text. We don't need to repeat.
I strongly encourage Algeria to reconsider.
Okay, Algeria is not reconsidering, but Finland would like to speak. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I think, as it has been stated already in the item 12, it is a fact that the growing workload is really placing a financial burden as well on the Secretariat and the Center. So I think this is a fact, and with this present situation, very difficult situation with the budget, it would be good to emphasize this. Thank you.
Thank you, Finland.
So, Madam Chair, with your, for Finland, we fully support this, what Turkey has proposed. Thank you.
Thank you. I see there's a divide. So Japan, you also had proposed to delete it. Would you reconsider the paragraph in support of the comments made from Finland and Turkey?
Well, I thought those points are included in the, what, 6, sorry, I should read the paper. Taking into account 7, taking the amount of work assigned to that other body and the efforts required. So if we put including budget and so on, we can do that because I wanted a simpler form. But since the substance is the same, in the end we can accommodate the Turkish proposal.
So you're okay with not deleting it? Thank you. Lebanon?
Just a small proposal, Mrs. Chair. The problem is with the word selfless that we cannot translate in French. So maybe we keep it appreciative of the high level of expertise carried out. I agree with selfless, but there is no good translation in French. It doesn't work. This translation altruiste is, I mean, doesn't work.
Maybe you can help them with a word because you're very good at finding
It's
words.
very difficult. I don't think there is any possible...
May I propose quality work?
Yes.
Thank you. India, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, we wanted to also intervene into what constitutes the heart of this decision, the working group. But I don't know how you are doing it. Should we get into the heart of the matter or should we do it para by para? We'll do whatever you say.
Well, I think we were doing it paragraph by paragraph just to make sure that we don't keep going back and forth. So I think 1 and 2 and 3 is almost resolved unless, I mean, the only person who has been objecting to 3 is Algeria. But before I give the floor to Algeria, I would like to give the floor to Kazakhstan. You have the floor.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, we're discussing which para now? 3? I'm a little bit confused now.
Paragraph 3 and the printed sheets in front of you, but I think now we have the right draft in front on the screen as well. So paragraph 3, which was a paragraph suggested by Turkey initially and requested for deletion by Japan and Algeria. Japan has since then accepted the paragraph, but I think Algeria is still detesting.
Okay, so it's para 2 now,
Para
yes?
3.
And para 2 we already discussed it because
Wait, sorry, you are right.
it's para 2, yes?
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
3. It's 2 on the screen for some reason.
We would like to maintain this para, and we support Lebanon that this word selfless, I think it should be modified maybe to quality work. Yes, we support this.
Thank you, Senegal.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, nous avions marqué une non-objection par rapport à ce paragraphe, pour autant que l'adjectif altruiste puisse être explicité. Mais à la suite des interventions du Liban et du Kazakhstan, je pense que nous nous contenterions de, ayant conscience du haut niveau d'expertise et du travail réalisé par les organisations consultatives, parce que je pense que nous n'allons plus rentrer dans des qualificatifs qui pourraient éventuellement nous retarder. Je vous remercie.
Thank you. Algeria, you now have the floor.
Madame la Présidente, si notre délégation a demandé à supprimer ce paragraphe 3, pardon, le paragraphe 4, excusez-moi, c'est parce qu'il est répété dans le paragraphe 6 qui dit à peu près la même chose. Alors regardons, il ne faudrait pas qu'on se répète.
Okay, Mr. Rapporteur, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I think that because of the situation, and as you have previously mentioned, we can then go back to paragraph 1, 2, and 3, and like this, paragraph by paragraph, we can be taking a clear decision, Madam Chair.
Okay, before we proceed with India, because I think we are now in agreement with 1, 2, 3, we will, simple majority will have to accept the repetition. Switzerland would like to speak, though, before I give you back the floor, if you don't mind. Switzerland, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Nous avons suivi avec beaucoup d'attention les discussions et décisions pendant les derniers jours. La décision actuelle semble être en quelque sorte la culmination de cette session du comité, une culmination qui nous préoccupe beaucoup. Le patrimoine mondial connaît des règles et des processus qui sont aujourd'hui parfaitement clairs. Les organisations consultatives fournissent un travail remarquable qui suit en détail ces règles existantes. L'exercice scientifique indépendant est livré par exactement ces organisations consultatives et c'est exactement la raison pour laquelle la Convention prévoit leur soutien. L'organe, par contre, et qui à ce stade semble se soumettre le moins aux processus et règles établis est en vigueur, reste toutefois le comité lui-même. C'est cela le réel problème. Et selon nous, la solution la plus pertinente, la plus simple et la moins chère pour le comité serait de relire les orientations et de les appliquer lors de sa prochaine session. Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you very much. Switzerland, India, you now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If you will permit me, we would jump to the heart of the matter, para 11, where we had a quick consultation, and it would seem to me there was consensus among all the consulting parties. So I'll read it out to you. Also establishes a working group, also establishes an ad hoc working group, composed of 2 members from each regional group that would meet, composed of, in principle, 2 members from each regional group that would meet intersessionally to examine the issues related to the evaluation and decision-making process of nomination, and to formulate its recommendations thereon, and to report to the 39th session of the committee. This is the broad skeleton. I'm sure there's immense scope for grammatical improvement, but this is really the principle that I think all of us have agreed upon. And needless to mention that this working group would meet in Paris, where minimal costs are involved. And needless also to say that this working group would be comprised of members, 2 members from each group in principle, from the membership of the World Heritage Committee. Thank you, Madam
Thank you, India. I would also like to make an addition request from the Secretariat, which is that this has to be taken by an invitation from the state with extra budgetary funds and not to be taken by the Secretariat. So if you would like to have these committees set up, you'd have to have a host, 1 or 2 state members would have to host the meeting to pay for the extra costs that may pertain. And I can see Germany is offering themselves.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. I think Germany has very kindly offered to offer those services.
Is this just for next year or?
Intercessionally. Intercessionally.
Okay, so Senegal, you have the floor.
Madame la Présidente, après avoir relu ce dernier fragment de paragraphe, moi je suis très inquiet. Hein. Je pense que nous sommes en train de vouloir légaliser ce que nous avons fait durant cette session. Et je pense que nous avons des organisations consultatives qui ont des missions précises à faire par rapport aux propositions de nomination, d'une part. D'autre part, il faut aussi qu'on se rappelle les processus de désignation des représentants des États partis au comité. Il est suggéré et fortement suggéré à chaque fois aux États partis candidats au comité d'avoir un expert nature, un expert culture. C'est pour qu'ils puissent s'établir pendant les réunions de comité un dialogue scientifique, franc, ouvert entre les organisations consultatives et les experts du comité. Je pense que si nous ne faisons pas attention, nous risquons de créer une situation qui sera une situation de contre-performance et qui ne nous permettra pas d'être dans l'esprit de la Convention et d'être dans le dialogue permanent et constructif avec les organisations consultatives qui sont composées d'experts, mais le comité aussi est censé être composé d'experts. Donc je pense qu'ils doivent être en mesure de pouvoir dialoguer et je pense qu'il faut donner toute la chance à ce dialogue-là. Merci. Et la mixité, bien sûr, est absolument importante, essentielle, sinon ça devient un monologue.
Thank you. Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Well, first, I thought that we'll go para by para, but since it's not the case, we'd like just to state that Kazakhstan would like to delete para 11. We think that whatever proposal we put forward, they should be feasible. And as Mr. Rao confirmed, we don't have money for creating all these new working groups and mechanisms. I don't think there is something that we cannot discuss during the sessions, both on formal and informal basis. If we need separate discussion on improving working methods, we can think of devoting half or 1 day of the next session to that. And I think it is very important that the experts of our delegations will also have opportunity to contribute to such discussions. Thank you.
Thank you, Kazakhstan. Lebanon, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Je pense qu'il y a des incompréhensions. L'année prochaine, nous devons modifier les orientations. Afin de modifier les orientations, il y a un point des orientations qui nous semble aujourd'hui important, c'est celui du processus d'évaluation et le processus d'inscription des biens. Ce que nous avons vu au cours de ce comité, c'est que le comité a inscrit pratiquement, à quelques exceptions près, l'ensemble des biens nominés. Et je pense que c'est une tendance qui, si on laisse les choses comme elles sont, va se répéter. On aura ça sur tous les comités. Bon. Il s'agit donc de revenir et de mettre à plat le processus d'évaluation et de nomination pour s'assurer que les biens qui sont inscrits aient une valeur au moins et les attributs de leur valeur universelle bien définis pour qu'on puisse bien les conserver. Bon. Il y a un processus qui s'appelle le upstream, qui est intéressant, que certaines parties pensent qu'il faudrait généraliser. Bon. L'idée de ce petit working group qui va être financé par l'Allemagne, c'est de mettre des jalons pour ce qu'on va discuter l'année prochaine au comité. Et ce petit working group devrait travailler en dialogue avec les organisations consultatives. Point.
Thank you. الجزائر.
شكرا سيدتي الرئيسة. Alors, laissez-moi quand même juste réagir, mais très rapidement, à ce que vient de dire notre collègue du Liban. Mais alors, comment dire, j'ai cru comprendre qu'il regrettait presque le fait qu'on ait eu à adopter la plupart des inscriptions. Mais ce faisant, ça veut dire qu'on se déjuge. Au contraire, je m'en félicite. Parce que quand même, on l'a fait avec toute conscience. Je ne crois pas qu'on l'ait fait de façon légère, comme il le laisse entendre, très sincèrement. Donc, ceci étant dit, Madame la Présidente, laissons maintenant les choses passer et revenir à l'essentiel, qui est donc la proposition qui nous est faite par l'Inde. Je la remercie de ses efforts. Ceci étant dit, je voudrais quand même, alors si on pouvait me montrer le nouveau paragraphe à la fin qui est présenté par l'Inde, parce que je ne le vois pas sur le... Voilà, parfait. Alors, je souhaiterais que ce ne soit pas un petit groupe qui regarde des choses aussi essentielles. C'est la raison pour laquelle je voudrais qu'il y ait un groupe de travail ad hoc, oui, très bien, qui se réunira, etc. On n'a pas à limiter le nombre, madame. C'est des choses essentielles qui regardent tous les États partis. Si maintenant l'un d'eux veut participer, très bien. S'il ne veut pas, c'est son affaire. Mais limiter la participation à des choses aussi essentielles me paraît contre-productive et ne réglera pas d'ailleurs le problème, parce qu'il va se reposer par la suite, pour ceux d'entre nous qui ne pourront pas siéger. Alors laissons les choses ouvertes, soyons transparents, parce que c'est de ça qu'on parle aussi, et c'est la raison pour laquelle je propose donc cet amendement. Merci.
Thank you very much. Senegal, you now have the floor.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, je voudrais poser une question naïve. Est-ce que l'on pourrait envisager de mettre ce point à l'ordre du jour de la 39e session de notre comité et de prendre le temps de l'examiner? Merci.
Thank you, Germany.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to support what has been proposed by India. We need a small group to discuss, and this group has to be regionally balanced. This is included in the Indian proposal, and the results will be reported to the next session where everybody, all members are present, all experts, and we can then jointly draw conclusions. The alternative would be to have it 21 members, but I think of the committee, this is just too big, so I would like to support India. Thank you.
Thank you. Philippines.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Concerning the last paragraph, we would like to associate the statement made by Algeria, because concerning that regional group, we're 7 right now, and cannot be limiting ourselves to 2 members. However, we still, concerning that part of examining the issues relating to evaluation decision-making, we would like to sort of expand it by saying that relating to working methods instead of focusing on just the process. Thank you.
Thank you. The Netherlands.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. The Netherlands wishes to endorse the statement made by the Honorable Delegate of Switzerland. Unfortunately, we share their concerns and we feel compelled to bring this to the attention of those present. This meeting has shown an alarming lack of understanding between the advisory bodies and members of the committee. The result is a striking discrepancy between the experts' advices and the committee's decisions. Of course, differences of opinion are all in the game, even in this relatively congenial World Heritage community. But we feel that in this case, the credibility of the convention and the sustainability of the conservation of heritage is at stake. We therefore request upon both advisory bodies and members of the committee to strengthen their dialogue in favor of the effective and long-term preservation of our common heritage. All efforts need to be undertaken to jointly, within the existing frameworks, work towards an effective implementation of the convention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vietnam, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Pour le Vietnam, nous soutenons la position de l'Inde de créer un groupe ad hoc, un groupe, aucun groupe de 2 personnes, de 2 représentants pour chaque région. Cela pourrait faciliter le travail de qualité de ce groupe. Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you. Lebanon, you have the floor.
Le Liban soutient également la position de l'Allemagne, de l'Inde et du Vietnam pour une raison très simple. Bien évidemment, faire une réunion de tous les membres du comité, comme le demandent l'Algérie et la Philippine, serait très bien, mais nous n'avons pas les moyens de le faire. Et donc, s'il fallait partir avec cette deuxième proposition de l'Algérie et de la Philippine, ça veut dire ne rien faire. Donc, il faut préparer la session prochaine du comité, il faut préparer les choses, il faut qu'il y ait une proposition. Tout cela sera remis en cause par le comité, bien évidemment. Ce n'est pas un groupe qui décide.
Thank you. Qatar.
شكرا سيدة الرئيسة. أعتقد بأننا ندعم مقترح ألمانيا والهند ولبنان وفيتنام كناحية عملية في العمل وشكرا.
Portugal.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. We also agree with the proposal from Germany, India, Lebanon, Qatar, Vietnam. Thank you.
Can I ask Qatar to close their mic, please? Croatia.
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair. We would go along with Germany, India, Lebanon, Portugal, and Qatar, Vietnam.
Thank you. Croatia, South Africa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And we've been encouraged by the other observer states that have taken the floor as well in this regard. And we're not comfortable necessarily with the way that the discussion is going at the moment, but that's the prerogative of the committee. But unfortunately, if the committee does decide to have such a working group, it can definitely not be limited. We're not really in favor of this. We don't think it's a good idea. But if this is the way the committee is going, there cannot be any limits in terms of participation. This is going to create bigger problems when we get to the General Assembly and when we raise these issues. The exclusive nature of the committee is already a difficulty for our delegation. But if this is going to be further entrenched and then in some way harm those observers that cannot participate, this is a problem. We would also really encourage the committee to reflect in this decision the exact costs of the decision that will be taken, whatever that eventually is. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Turkey.
We join the Croatia, Germany, India proposal.
Serbia, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. We also join the proposal of India, Germany, Croatia, and others. Thank you.
Malaysia.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Malaysia also joined Croatia, Germany, India on the establishes the ad hoc working group. Thank you.
Japan.
Thank you. As our original proposal set up working group, I support India's idea. Thank you.
Thank you. Colombia.
Colombia apoya este grupo que está tomando esta decisión.
Which one? You said India's proposal or Algeria?
Croacia, India, Japón, Germany.
Croatia supported Algeria, Qatar, correct? Okay, Finland, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And quite briefly, we also support this India, Germany, Colombia, Croatia suggestion. Thank you.
So I think we have a majority consensus with regards to the proposal made by India. With that being said, I will give the rapporteur the floor to go over the paragraphs that we haven't spoken about yet. Mr. Rapporteur, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So should I read the paragraph as amended, or is there already a consensus on it, Madam Chair? I think that as you have expressed, there is apparently a consensus to go for the adoption of this paragraph, and then we can, well, as you request, go back to the previous one. But just as a general remark, and if the delegation of Germany is in favor of it, probably we can add the reference that this group will meet at the initiative by Germany, or will be invited or will be convened by Germany, if they are in agreement. Otherwise, we can adopt it as it is. And
could you add up, because maybe I don't know in which direction we're supposed to be going, because some are for, some are against, but I think everybody has spoken at the moment. Could you just know in which direction the majority would like to go?
well, in that case, Madam Chair, I think we should just not add anything else to this paragraph and just proceed for the adoption of it, and then go back to the previous one, one by one.
Are you suggesting, Mr. Rapporteur, to adopt the draft decision paragraph by paragraph?
Yes, Madam Chair, exactly.
Okay, so let us begin from paragraph number 1. So I see no changes or amendments in the paragraph 1 of the draft decision 38-13. I therefore declare it adopted. Paragraph 2. Are there any comments or objections with regards to paragraph 2? I see none. I therefore declare paragraph 2 of this draft decision adopted. Are there any objections to paragraph 3? Japan, you have the floor.
Sorry to go back. Did we delete the original paragraph 2? Taking into account the present state of the evaluation consultation, etc.
I think it's been moved down to
sorry,
5. Does that clarify? So paragraph 3, does anybody object? Algeria?
Sorry, Madam, I am not objecting, but we have just to take care of the repetition in paragraph 6. Then we have to look at it with paragraph 6, because if it is the same, then we adopt one of them. That's all.
6 is on the screen, and so is 3. So do you see a repetition?
Look at with 4. Sorry.
4 and 3, 6. Okay, let us adopt 3, and then we can speak about repetition.
If there is repetition, then we go back. Okay, because otherwise it will repeat. I have it here in the written paper, and I see that 3 is the same like the 6 we have in paragraph 6. That's why.
It's Secretariat informed me that they're completely different.
Voilà. I don't know. Mais pourquoi est-ce qu'on ne va pas au 5? C'est le 6. Le 2. La charge de travail. Il y a une répétition. C'est le 2. C'est le 2. Non, c'est pas le 2. Non, c'est le 3. C'est le 3 avec quoi? Avec le 6. Avec le 6.
Algeria,
it's 4 and 6.
So can I adopt 3 and then we can talk about 4?
Sure.
With that being said, I now declare paragraph 3 of this draft decision adopted. Paragraph 4, apparently there's a repetition with paragraph 4 and 6. Could we clarify, Mr. Rapporteur? Do you
Thank
see
you,
a
Madam Chair.
repetition?
I think there is, according to the order of the paragraphs in English, as I previously clarified, I think that those are not, there is no repetition among them.
Algeria, do you still see a repetition? Maybe in the French version?
Maybe in the French version, there is, I think, a repetition between the 4 in the screen and the 6 in the screen.
Thank you. Could we clarify that? Turkey would like to speak. You have the floor.
Madam Chair, there is absolutely no repetition. One is talking about increasing workload. The other is talking about the member states in need of technical assistance.
I think there was a repetition in the French. Lebanon, are you going to fix the language?
Yes, Mrs. President. In fact, there is, in English, there is a repetition between 3 and 7, and we should delete the 7, that's all.
Okay.
And in French, it's a repetition between the 4 and the 6.
You have a language proposal?
No, we have to delete the 7 in English and then do the same in the French.
Thank you. Kazakhstan?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I suggest that we should go para by para, not going further and deleting something. We can delete it afterwards when we adopt the first paragraphs. And as for para 4, we think that in the language there is some, we repeat twice about the need, so maybe conscious of the Apple need by a significant number of state parties, and we delete who are in need. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Doesn't make sense, I think, of the ample need by a significant number of state parties of technical assistance. Okay, thank you. So I agree with the distinguished colleague of Kazakhstan. We were going paragraph by paragraph until we were alerted with paragraphs that are in repetition. So with that being said, I think we can proceed with paragraph 4. If there are no more objections or comments to be made, I would like to adopt it. Are there any objections to paragraph 4? I see none. I therefore declare paragraph 4 of this decision adopted. Paragraph 5, are there any comments or objections? I therefore declare paragraph 5 of this decision adopted. Paragraph 6, Mr. Rapporteur, would you like to update us on paragraph 6?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, this is the paragraph that was initially proposed by Finland, which apparently has not been objected, but I think there is a delegation who is requesting for the floor.
Lebanon, you have the floor.
Oui, Madame la Présidente, je ne vois vraiment pas ce que fait ce paragraphe ici. On parle du processus d'évaluation, de nomination, etc. Et après, c'est le questionnaire du external auditor. Je ne vois vraiment pas ce qu'il fait dans cette décision. Peut-être que c'est une décision qu'il faudra prendre à côté, mais pas dans ce... à moins qu'on m'explique.
Thank you. Finland, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I may, I will gladly try to shed some light to the questions of distinguished representative of Lebanon. I think this governance review sent by the external auditor, this will be addressing the questions of the working methods, what could be made more efficient, frequency of meetings, if we so consider. But I think this will be of great use to us when we get the results, if we put our effort into it, if we consider what we, in our view, when we are asked what we could maybe do better, knowing our work best as well as a committee member. So I think this would be of good use and of help in all these working methods, processes, nominations, evaluations, in all of this which we are talking about. So that is why I suggested, and we should draw on the results of this, these responses too. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Finland. I think with that, Algeria, you have the floor.
Oui, Madame. Je pense aussi que ce paragraphe n'a pas sa place dans ce projet de décision. Il faudra le supprimer. Merci.
Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much. Kazakhstan would like to support Finland on this para, but I think it should go before para 9. I mean, the place of this paragraph should be changed. It should go after 9, because at the beginning we just make some references on the situations, some decisions. So afterwards it should go. Thank you. Thank you.
So we have two things now: the order and the content. The order, I see no problem with changing it to go after paragraph 9, but in terms of content, Portugal, would you like the floor?
Thank you. We also would like to delete it because we think it might be confusing to have so much working groups, entities giving the opinion on the same thing, more or less, efficiency of the committee. So we'd like to join Algeria and Lebanon. Thank you.
So that's three committee members for deletion and one for suggesting it. Germany.
We have no problem with the proposal of Finland, but it's a work we have to do anyway. So as I said, we have no problem, but if it's easier to find a consensus, we can take it out because we have to do it anyway.
Finland, do you agree?
Yes, Madam Chair, yes, I'm very pleased that the Bureau has discussed this and how to proceed with this, and I understand that it will be done. This was suggested to offer the results of this too, and it is asked by the external auditor, by a respective organ. In the name of consensus, I think the work will be done anyway, and if we can make the work of this working group any easier in the name of consensus, of course, I understand if this will be done, we can leave it.
Thank you very much. So we do not need to adopt paragraph 6 as it is now deleted, but paragraph 6, the new paragraph 6, Mr. Rapporteur, could you please clarify what our paragraph 6 is now and to take into adoption? You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This new paragraph 6, then, according to the previous paragraph, where the delegation of Finland has agreed in removing it, this new 6 is on the screen, but the delegation of Lebanon has expressed its point of view in the sense that we need to remove it. Nevertheless, Algeria, Jamaica, Japan, Lebanon were initially proposing to keep it. So probably we can ask the delegation of Lebanon if he would be in agreement to retain or definitively to remove it. Thank you.
Madame la Présidente, nous avions proposé ce paragraphe au départ, puis l'honorable délégué de Turquie a proposé le paragraphe 3 ou 4. Est-ce que vous pouvez remonter en haut pour qu'on le lise? Non, non, in English. Yeah. Realizing that the growing number of nominations and inscription to the World Heritage List has increased not only the workload but also the financial burdens faced by advisory bodies. And then the 7, what does it say? It says taking into account, no, the 6, I'm sorry, taking into account the amount of work assigned to the advisory bodies and the efforts required to complete it, it's the same thing. There we are speaking about effort and amount of load, and here also, it's the same thing. So we should remove the 6 because it's a pure repetition of paragraph 3.
Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan would like to support Lebanon to delete this para as it is a repetition. Thank you.
Thank you. So, can we proceed with the deletion of this paragraph? If there are no objection to this, we will proceed with the deletion of this paragraph. Mr. Rapporteur, could you please read out what is now paragraph 6?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, new paragraph 6 will be the one which is that my colleagues are highlighting on the screen. there's a 3, then there's a 7, but this will be the new 6, starting reading as follows, taking into account and the rest. So this would be the new number 6.
Thank you. Are there any objections to this new paragraph 6? India, you have the floor.
No objection at all. Just, I think it would read better if we say, taking also into account the factual errors.
Thank you, India. I take it there are no more objections or comments with Algeria.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Après, je souhaiterais qu'après, dans la version en français, et les différences d'opinion ajoutées, ainsi que les différences de point de vue scientifique.
Senegal, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Nous pensons que ça devient redondant. C'est-à-dire que les différences d'opinion et les différences d'opinion scientifiques, c'est strictement la même chose. Je pense qu'on peut s'en tenir à la première différence, les différences d'opinion. Merci.
Thank you. Germany.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I cannot but agree to Senegal in this respect, and the wording is taken out of the format of the factual errors letter, so it's consistent with the procedures. So we should stick to difference of opinion. Thank you.
Jamaica.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I wonder if we could just simply reference the factual errors report, which would have spoken to issues concerning differences of opinion. So, you know, instead of getting into the different areas, there is an issue concerning the factual errors report that captures all of that. Thank you.
Japan.
I think, I hope to maintain only factual errors because it's a problem, but difference of opinion is a normal thing. It's not something abnormal. Thank you.
Thank you, Japan. We can see it today strongly. Algeria, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Je voudrais me rallier à la proposition de la Jamaïque si on devait parler seulement des erreurs factuelles. À ce moment-là, on enlève les différences d'opinion. Si on maintient différences d'opinion, il faudra dire y compris les points de vue scientifiques. Merci.
Thank you. Sénégal.
Nous soutenons la proposition de la Jamaïque, acceptée donc par l'Algérie et le Japon et l'Allemagne.
Lebanon.
Le Liban soutient aussi la proposition de la Jamaïque.
So I think we can now move to adoption of paragraph 6. I now declare paragraph 6 of the draft decision 38-13 adopted. Sorry, what's wrong, Germany?
It's done.
Paragraph 7. Does anybody have any objections for paragraph 7? Algeria, you are the one who are deleting paragraph 7. Are you okay? We go ahead with paragraph 7. So paragraph 7 will be now adopted. Sorry. I thought so.
I'm sorry, Madam Chairperson. No, I'm still in favor of its deletion because this has nothing to do with our credibility. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Does anybody object to the suggestion of Algeria? We have Finland, Germany, Japan who had requested for this paragraph to be in place. So, do you agree with Algeria or disagree? They disagree, so we need to have a consensus. Could we have a consensus on this? Colombia?
Gracias, señora presidenta. Nosotros respaldamos la propuesta de que se mantenga el párrafo propuesto por Finlandia, Alemania y Japón. Gracias.
Japan?
I propose to maintain the sentence, but deleting after we stop concerning deferral and referral. No, it's essential, period. Is essential, period.
So we have 5 committee members with keeping the paragraph and 1 against. That's not a consensus. Senegal, you have the floor.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, nous avions marqué effectivement une réserve sur le fait de ne mentionner que le différé et le renvoi. Donc je pense que si nous reformulions le paragraphe en disant souligne qu'une application cohérente des orientations est quelque chose de plus global, oui, nous pourrions l'accepter, mais en l'état actuel de la rédaction, nous serions plutôt enclins à soutenir la suppression du paragraphe.
Thank you. Turkey?
Turkey fully supports Senegal. We should not contradict ourselves as if certain paragraphs of the operational guidelines are more important than the others.
Philippines?
Madam Chair, we'd like to support maintaining the paragraph.
So we have more committee members supporting maintaining the paragraph, but we have Senegal and Turkey requesting the maintenance of the paragraph only if it is reworded. So would you like to suggest a rewording for this paragraph? Mr. Rapporteur, would you like to make a suggestion? No? No. Senegal, Turkey, would you like... Oh, Algeria, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chairperson. I will incline, my inclination is in favor of the proposal by Japan, but with the suppression also of the paragraphs 150 and 160, because we have to be coherent. We have to apply all the rules and orientations, not only these 2. Thank you.
Turkey, does that reaffirm what you were saying?
Deletion of the numbers would suffice, would satisfy us, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
And even we can stop at operational guidelines, full stop.
Thank you. Finland, Germany?
Maybe we should add "and the convention." I mean, this is in the end our basic text. Yeah. Operational guidelines change from time to time, but the convention is unchanged since '72.
Vietnam?
We endorse Germany.
Vietnam.
Nous sommes d'accord avec la position de Turquie de supprimer ce paragraphe, puisque il ne faut pas aborder une question spécifique ici, il faut appliquer donc la convention dans sa totalité. Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Colombia.
Gracias, señora presidenta. Nosotros también respaldamos la propuesta de que se respete ampliamente las reglas o que se apliquen plenamente las reglas de la convención y de las guías operativas. Gracias.
Lebanon, you have the floor.
Excusez-moi, Madame la Présidente, qu'est-ce qu'on est en train de dire? Qu'il faut appliquer la Convention et les orientations? Well, I mean, what the use of such a paragraph here? Obviously, we have to apply the convention and the orientations. I mean,
Well, I don't know. We need a consensus. So, paragraph 7, Jamaica.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We support the proposal by Senegal, Turkey, Vietnam.
Okay, so I think it seems as though we have a consensus. Unless Germany or Finland objects, we would like to move on. Keeping the paragraph but rewording it. Okay, thank you. With that being said, Mr. Rapporteur, is there anything you would like to say?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just in order to be clear in this paragraph, then with your indulgence, allow me just 1 minute in order to try to read it. And so this will be clear for all the distinguished members of the committee. So if I well understood, then the paragraph will start in reading as follows: underlines that a conscient application of the operation guidelines and the convention, but then there is something missing in the end. Is essential. Sorry. Because I just saw it on the screen. It was removed, but is essential. So I will try to read it again. Underlines that a conscient application of the operation guidelines and the convention is essential. That will be the paragraph as amended.
Thank you. I would like to now move to the adoption of paragraph 7 from the draft decision 38-13. It is adopted. Paragraph 8, Mr. Rapporteur.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Paragraph 8 will read as follows. Well, you have it on the screen. There is no amendment to this original one as proposed initially by India at the beginning of the session. It was not amended.
Algeria, you have the floor.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Je pense que le libellé de ce paragraphe contredit la conclusion de cette décision, qui est d'établir un groupe de travail au cours duquel nous allons travailler en coopération avec les organes consultatifs pour améliorer le processus d'évaluation et de prise de décision. Donc, si on les appelle ici, alors qu'on a établi un mécanisme pour travailler avec elles, il y a quand même un problème. Voilà. Merci.
Thank you. India, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Very briefly, just a small point. I'll just read out para 8. Calls upon the advisory bodies to consult and dialogue with the concerned states parties, the rest being the same. Thank you.
Thank you, India. So, Mr. Rapporteur, could you please read paragraph 8?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Paragraph 8 will read as follows. Calls upon the advisory bodies to consult and dialogue.
Senegal, you have the floor.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. À la suite de la précision de l'Inde, je voudrais juste qu'on garde tous les États parties concernés, parce que c'était ça le point de la discussion. Merci.
India?
I understood Senegal correctly, Madam Chair. I think what our distinguished colleague from Senegal means is that calls upon the advisory bodies to consult and dialogue with all concerned states parties. Am I right? We're fine with that, if that's the case, with all concerned states parties. In fact, all is critical, because that was our point also, that all states parties should be consulted. So we are okay. I think that's what Senegal means, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, so in that case, I think we can move for adoption of paragraph 8, unless there are any more comments or objections. I see none. I therefore adopt paragraph 8 of decision 38-13. We will now discuss the paragraph 9. Algeria.
Oui, Madame. Avant d'aller au paragraphe 9, s'il vous plaît, est-ce qu'on peut la voir sur l'écran avant le paragraphe 9? Voilà. Alors, il y avait notre proposition qui était la mise en place d'un mécanisme de recours afin de fournir un avis scientifique indépendant devant permettre d'aider à la prise de décision. Je suis bien d'accord qu'on va le considérer dans le groupe de travail, mais je vous demande, s'il vous plaît, que cette proposition soit reflétée dans le rapport du comité. Merci.
Thank you, Algeria. Mr. Rapporteur, you now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So thanks to the distinguished delegation of Algeria, of course, this concern will be well reflected on the report, and then we can just remove the paragraph as such in the decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we move on? If I see no objections or comments with regards to paragraph 9, I now declare paragraph 9 of draft decision 38-13 adopted. Is there a paragraph 10? What's wrong? Mr. Rapporteur? Okay, I have a clarification to make from Mr. Rapporteur, and that is the paragraph 9 will be paragraph 10. Is that right, Mr. Rapporteur? Would you like to clarify yourself? Just for the committee members, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not just since at the beginning of, after the break, the delegation of India suggested a new wording of this paragraph that was supported by several delegations. So probably we can consider that the paragraph at the end on this, as it is on the end of the screens, will be actually the paragraph 9, since the original paragraph number 9, or the previous one to it, was already amended. So the paragraph number 9 is the one which is highlighted right now on the screen. That's the only clarification. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With that being said, I think we have covered all the paragraphs for the draft decision 38-13. I therefore declare it is adopted as amended. Thank you. I think Poland.
Thank you very much, Your Highness. Ladies and gentlemen, supporting this, what we did just now, I would like to constitute the general remarks. I'm reading proposal of this decision like a step on continuously building position of World Heritage Committee and UNESCO list worldwide. This work is in fact is never done, and it shouldn't be never done. The world is changing around of us every day, and we have to look at it. But being the members of World Heritage Committee, very carefully with the highest responsibility. Anyway, at the provisional agenda of the next session, we need enough space to discuss properly with respect to everybody and scientific basis mentioned problems mentioned today. Thank you very much, Your Highness.
Thank you very much. With that being said, I would like to move on. It is 1 o'clock, but we do have to finish the items on the agenda, and we have the translators for another hour, so let us hope we could finish the next items in the hour that we have. Is there any other items to discuss? There is one more item in other businesses that Mr. Rao would like to read out to you. It was raised in this morning's bureau. Mr. Rao, you now have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This item was raised at the bureau this morning wanting to know the results of the consultations that took place between the chairpersons of the different point of order.
Senegal.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, avant de clôturer le point des questions diverses, je voudrais juste faire une remarque d'ordre général sur la diversité linguistique qu'il y a eu au sein de cette session du comité pour m'en féliciter. En effet, en ma qualité de présidente du groupe francophone auprès de l'UNESCO, nous attachons énormément d'importance au multilinguisme, à la promotion du multilinguisme et au respect des différentes langues de travail de notre organisation. Et je voudrais me féliciter de la multiplicité des langues que nous avons eues pour travailler et des efforts qui ont été faits en matière d'interprétation. Et donc, je voudrais vraiment adresser mes vives félicitations au secrétariat, à l'État du Qatar, à tous ceux qui ont contribué à aider l'UNESCO à remplir son rôle de promoteur de la diversité culturelle et linguistique. Je vous remercie.
Thank you. India, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. India is happy to announce a conference sometime in February next year on the Indian Ocean maritime routes and the monsoon. And we would be very happy if the concerned states and the World Heritage Center participate in it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Spain, you have the floor.
Muchas gracias, señora presidenta. Desde España nos gustaría informar acerca de nuestra intención de organizar un encuentro a nivel internacional para contribuir en la profundización de los conceptos de autenticidad e integridad referidos a la categoría de los paisajes culturales. Para ello esperamos contar con el apoyo del Centro de Patrimonio Mundial y de los organismos consultivos para obtener los mejores resultados en el avance de la comprensión de estos conceptos, así como su aplicación práctica. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. With that being said, I will give the floor back to Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Very briefly, this was an item raised in the Bureau where a member state wanted to know the results of the consultations that took place between the chairpersons of different cultural conventions. A meeting was held between the chairperson of our committee as well as the chairperson of the Intergovernmental Committee on Intangible Heritage Convention and the subsidiary committee under the 1970 Convention, and the purpose was essentially to explore ways of enhancing synergies. The chairpersons agreed to organize a meeting next year with the purpose of exploring ways and means to enhance the convergence of efforts of UNESCO's Cultural Convention, which could feed into the debates that are shaping the post-2015 development agenda at the United Nations, in which the linkages between culture and development should be fully recognized and projected forward. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. With that being Palestine, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. شكرا سيدتي الرئيسة. وسوف أتحدث قدر المستطاع بالعربية والفرنسية، وأشكر مندوبة السنغال سعادة السفيرة التي نوهت للتنوع الثقافي من خلال التنوع اللغوي. فأكرر الشكر لك ولقيادتك الحكيمة مرة أخرى، واسمحي لي أن أشكر أيضا أعضاء اللجنة من خلالك للقرار الذي اتخذ قبل قليل بخصوص تشكيل لجنة العمل الworking group. أود هنا I would like ici je vais parler en français et je remercie le secrétariat pour les efforts déployés pour la synergie entre les différentes conventions qui traitent la protection du patrimoine culturel et surtout la protection du patrimoine culturel en cas de conflit armé et le second protocole. J'insiste sur le second protocole de 54 et bien sûr la convention de 70. Mais à la fin, j'ai une petite proposition et j'aimerais bien que ça soit tenu compte. D'habitude, jusqu'à maintenant, les observateurs sont placés dans l'ordre alphabétique de A à Z. Et par conséquent, les pauvres pays qui sont en Z se trouvent toujours au fond de la salle et les pays qui sont en A, ils se trouvent toujours au début de la salle. Est-ce possible de faire comme à la conférence générale, un tirage au sort avant chaque session pour que l'on puisse voir un peu de diversité de placement également. Merci beaucoup encore une fois. Merci à vous, aux membres et au secrétariat. Merci.
Thank you very much. With that being said, I think we can now move on to item 14, and that is the election of the chairperson, vice chairperson, and rapporteur of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee 2015. As you all know, Germany invited the next session of the World Heritage Committee. I would like to know if by any chance there is opposition to this proposal. I see none. I therefore would I understand that the delegation of Germany wishes to propose a candidate as chairperson of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee. Germany, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, with your indulgence, I would like you to invite the delegate of Qatar to make a proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Germany. Qatar, you have the floor.
شكرا سيدتي الرئيسة. يسعدني ويشرفني أن أعرض عليكم السيرة الذاتية للرئيس المرشح للدورة 39 للجنة التراث العالمي لعام 2015، وهي السيدة ماريا بوهمر، وزيرة الدولة للشؤون الخارجية بجمهورية ألمانيا الاتحادية، التي تشرفنا اليوم بحضورها معنا في القاعة. والسيدة ماريا بوهمر امرأة سياسية من الطراز الأول، حيث انضمت للحزب المسيحي الديمقراطي منذ عام 1985، وكما تعلمون فإن هذا الحزب هو حزب السيدة أنجيلا ميركل. وتقلدت السيدة بوهمر منذ ذلك الحين العديد من المناصب داخل الحزب، من بينها نائب رئيس لجنة البرامج ومديرة مجموعة العمل حول اقتصاد السوق وعلاقته بالبيئة والمجتمع، كما أنها منذ العام 2002 نائب لرئيس مجلس إدارة القناة الألمانية الثانية ZDF. وفي عام 2014 أصبحت السيدة بوهمر عضوا في مجلس إدارة المؤسسة الألمانية للدمج، كما تقلدت في عام 2005 منصب وزير الدولة المكلف بالهجرة واللاجئين والدمج، ومنذ ديسمبر 2013 تم تعيينها كوزيرة للدولة للشؤون الخارجية. أما فيما يتعلق بتكوينها العلمي، فقد تخصصت السيدة بوهمر منذ العام 1968 في الرياضيات والفيزياء، كما درست العلوم السياسية وعلوم التربية، وحصلت على الدكتوراه في التربية في عام 1974. أما في عام 82 فحازت على الدكتوراه في علوم التربية في جامعة ماينز في ألمانيا، كما قامت في نفس العام بمهمات بحثية في جامعتي كامبريدج وإدجسبورغ، ومنذ العام 2011 تتقلد وظيفة بروفيسور في المدرسة العليا لمناهج التعليم في ألمانيا. وفي عام 75 حصلت السيدة بوهمر على الجائزة العالمية حول التعليم اليوم، كما حازت في عام 2004 على وسام الاستحقاق من جمهورية ألمانيا الاتحادية. نرجو أن يحظى هذا الترشيح بموافقة الدول الأعضاء في اللجنة، وشكرا لحسن استماعكم.
Thank you. Qatar, Japan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Japan fully supports the candidate proposed by Qatar, Professor Dr. Maria Böhmer, Minister of State for Federal Foreign Ministry of Germany, for the chairperson of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Japan, Senegal.
Je vous remercie, Madame la Présidente. Madame la Présidente, le Sénégal soutient entièrement la proposition qui a été faite par le Qatar est tout à fait sensible à la qualité du parcours de Madame le ministre, dont nous serons sûrs qu'elle fera une excellente présidente. Et j'en saisis l'occasion pour vous adresser toutes nos félicitations et toute notre admiration pour la qualité avec le doigté avec lequel vous avez mené nos travaux tout au long de cette session. Merci beaucoup à vous.
Thank you very much. I would like to give the floor to Germany. I think we have a consensus. Congratulations.
Madam Chair, Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, first, thank you. First, I would like to thank you, Madam Chair, for your general hospitality and the excellent organization of this year's session of the World Heritage Conference. Thank you so much. Our countries, Qatar and Germany, share a long history of good relations characterized by a spirit of friendship, and I'm therefore particularly pleased to be here in Qatar. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the trust you have placed in me. I look forward to hosting this meeting next year in Bonn and to chairing the World Heritage Committee in 2015. I have many personal memories of Bonn. In the 1990s, I was a newly elected member of the German Parliament. I traveled up from my hometown Mainz to Bonn nearly every week, along the beautiful Middle Rhine Valley, past hilltop castles, stately palaces. As you perhaps know, the upper Middle Rhine Valley is included in the World Heritage List. Bonn has over the past years become an important UN base. The complex built for the German Parliament has been given a new life as an UN campus with 18 UN agencies. Our meeting will be held in the World Conference Center, at the heart of which is a former parliamentary debating chamber. History was written in that chamber. Many of the decisions regarding the peaceful reunification of Germany were taken there. Some of Germany's World Heritage sites are very closely to Bonn. It is only a short journey to the cathedrals in Cologne and Aachen. Visits of all the other German World Heritage sites will be offered at the end of the session. The World Heritage Convention is the best-known UNESCO program throughout the world. I listened carefully to the very important discussions we had today. I'm sure the discussion and the decisions are essential for our further work. I will keep an eye on it during my presidency. As chairperson of the World Heritage Committee, my focus will be on sustainable management and the protection of World Heritage sites in danger. I also want to draw the world's attention to the significance of Africa's natural and cultural heritage and increase the respect for it. As Minister of State at the Federal Foreign Office, I present Germany in the UN Open Working Group on Sustainable Development Goals. The SDGs are to supplement the Millennium Development Goals from 2015. Therefore, I would wish that culture in general should be more visible in the SDG context. The preservation of cultural heritage and the promotion of cultural dialogue are important contributions to a true global partnership. The Convention is based on the realization that cultural and natural heritage is not only important for the nation, whose history is linked with it. Our world heritage is something to be protected and preserved for all humankind, regardless of national borders. Recognition of one's own cultural and natural heritage is thus very closely linked with recognition and awareness of cultural achievements and natural treasures worldwide. In the words of Goethe, "What from your fathers you have inherited, you must earn again to own it straight." This dictum can be still found engraved above the entrance door of old farmhouses in Germany. Accepting our inheritance and safeguarding what has been achieved, keeping it all alive and finally passing it on to the next generation. That is also our responsibility at the World Heritage Committee. I look forward to seeing you in Bonn next year. Thank you once again for the confidence you have placed in me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The new chairperson elected of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee is Professor Maria Bomer. Let me congratulate you once again for your election, and let me express all my best wishes for you, the task ahead. I would like to now move ahead with the election of the 5 vice chairpersons of the committee and the rapporteur. We'll begin with the African region. I would like to ask the African representative of the Bureau to let me know if they have a candidate in representation of the African region. So since we only have one member representing the African region, I assume the Senegal will remain as vice chairperson. Thank you. Asia Pacific region, is there an election? Japan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to propose India as a vice chair from the Asia Pacific region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there is no objection, I shall take it that the committee agrees that India will represent Asia as a vice chair, Asian Pacific region. So now we move to Europe. I understand that the delegation of Serbia, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I would like to suggest Croatia in the name of the group.
Thank you very much. Does anybody object to the candidacy of Croatia as vice chair? I see no objection. Therefore, Croatia, you are vice chair representing Europe and North America. Congratulations. Latin America. Do we have a candidate for Latin America?
Sí, señora presidenta. Proponemos a Jamaica para continuar con esa representación.
Thank you very much. So, Jamaica, if there is no objections, congratulations on being vice chair to Latin America and the Caribbean region. With that being said, we have one more region, and that is the Arab region. Do we have a candidate for the Arab region? Lebanon?
Thank you, Mrs. Chair. Our candidate is Qatar for the vice presidency.
Thank you very much. With that being said, I congratulate Qatar on being the vice chair representing the Arab region. Finally, we have a rapporteur. We have to elect our rapporteur for the next session. Is there a committee member that wishes to propose a candidate for this position? Jamaica, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'd like to suggest India for this position.
Yes, Mr. Rao would like to clarify.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The rapporteur and the chairperson are elected by name, so it has to be an individual. And as we said in the Bureau this morning, the general practice is to avoid a rapporteur from the same country as one of the chairpersons, although there have been exceptions, but that's the general practice. And the rapporteur has to be an individual, not the country. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification.
And bilingual, that's very important.
Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you, Jamaica. We still need a rapporteur for the 39th session. Have anybody proposed Does anybody have a proposal? Colombia.
Señora Presidenta, nos permitimos someter a consideración de las distinguidas delegaciones el nombre del doctor Francisco Javier López Morales de México. Gracias.
Has to be a committee member. He has to be a committee member, bilingual, and you have to name an individual. Germany.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to propose Mr. Jesus Enrique Garcia, a member of the Philippine delegation. To my knowledge, he is perfect in the 2 languages and, in addition, in German. Thank you.
That makes your job very easy in Germany if he speaks German. Philippines, would you accept, Mr. Garcia, would you accept the position of rapporteur?
Madam Chair, unfortunately, Mr. Garcia cannot accept it. Thank you.
Sorry, Germany. I have to tell you, this position is so important. Without my colleague here, the Mr. Rapporteur, I would not be able to do my job. So we really need to find a rapporteur. And I'm sorry that the Philippines have declined your offer, Germany. Maybe you would like to propose another name. Can the Bureau members quickly consult amongst themselves, because it's an outstanding matter that needs to be resolved? Can I give you 5 minutes to consult? Thank you. Turkey, would you like to?
Madam Chair, we are grateful to our current rapporteur. Would he be interested in assuming?
Mr. Rapporteur, would you like to comment?
Madam Chairperson, thank you very much. And to the distinguished ambassador of Turkey, thank you very much for presenting my name. Again, I am not sure if legally it is possible. Apparently it is. But there is only one major concern, Madam Chair, and it is that since I am a member of the diplomatic career of Colombia, normally my term at the Colombian delegation to UNESCO in Paris will normally come to an end around May, June next year. So this is the only remark that probably it's blocking me to accept this position or this nomination again. Apart from that, it has been a great honor to me to be your rapporteur, but this is my only concern. It is not that I don't want to accept, but this is only a general remark that I need to point out in front of you.
Thank you for your transparency. Croatia.
This is simply to thank the delegate of Colombia who did an outstanding job, and we all, I think, agree in thanking you for your excellent performance.
Turkey, you wanted the floor again?
Madam Chair, democracies have solutions to such problems. I'm sure we can handle it behind the scenes. That the rapporteur be present on the time of the convention, the meeting.
Have we a consensus? Sorry? Germany?
Sorry, consensus on whom? Sorry.
No, I said do we. It was a question. Huh? It was a question. It was a question whether we have an agreement on who will be the rapporteur,
okay.
Because we said we would break before Turkey took the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, maybe I used the wrong term, but I was wondering if the committee members met and discussed a potential candidate. Would you like to consult and make the announcement tomorrow? Or do you have, Qatar, do you have a candidate? Qatar, you have the floor.
شكرا سيدة الرئيسة. هل نستطيع فقط نأخذ 5 دقائق للتشاور؟ أو 3 دقائق. أو 3 دقائق أو يعني. شكرا.
Okay, you have 3 minutes. Okay, I think Qatar is ready. You have the floor. Qatar.
شكرا سيدة الرئيسة. بالتنسيق يعني والتشاور مع المجموعة العربية نقترح السيد زياد طعان من الوفد الدائم للبنان لدى اليونسكو، وهو ليس متواجد معنا في القاعة ولكنه مستعد للقيام بهذه المهمة. وشكرا.
Mr. Ziatan, who can confirm on his behalf? Lebanon? You have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Yes, we propose Mr. Ziad Ta'an from the Lebanese delegation. He's fluent in English and French. He knows very well the convention. He knows very well what the UNESCO work, etc., etc. And he's not a musharib like me.
Thank you very much. I thought you were going to propose yourself, but with that being said, I think we have a rapporteur, Mr. Ziataran. He's not here, but congratulations to the delegate of Lebanon, and thank you to the delegation of Qatar for the nomination. With that being said, I would like to once again convey our warmest congratulations to Professor Maria Bomer for her election, and we look forward to the conference next year. Thank you very much, dear colleagues, for nominating yourselves as vice chairpersons and rapporteur. I now declare item 14 closed. Now we have one more item on the agenda, and that should go very quickly. And that is item 15, and that's the provisional agenda of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee in 2015. I would like Mr. Rao to present the provisional agenda of the 39th session of the World Heritage Committee, included in document 15, which has been distributed in the room. Mr. Rao, we have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Indeed, it should go very quickly because this is the standard provisional agenda that we adopt at the end of each session. This agenda contains the usual items. The first set of items relates to the reports from the Secretariat, from the rapporteur, from the advisory bodies, and then the examination of state of conservation of properties, the examination of nominations, Then there are items relating to the global strategy, the periodic reports, and the working methods. Madam Chair, since the document was distributed this morning, the only additional item that can be included is what was decided just now under item 13, which is the report of the ad hoc working group, which was established by the committee just now on working methods. And then, of course, the agenda will conclude with the election of the chairperson and the vice chairperson and rapporteur. So it is a standard provisional agenda with the new item that I just pointed to. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Rao. Do committee members wish to comment? I see none. I now declare decision 38-15 adopted. With that being said, I think we have concluded our working day today, and I just would like to remind you that tomorrow's morning session is now moved to the afternoon. We will meet at 3 for the final adoption of decisions, and then we will have a closing ceremony. And in the meantime, enjoy your last day in Qatar, and I hope that we have a good, productive session tomorrow. Thank you very much. I would like to also give the floor to the Secretariat for any announcements.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just to confirm that at 3 p.m. tomorrow, the decisions report would be made available for all the delegates to read through, and the session concerning the adoption of the report will take place 1 hour later. And there is a request from the host country to inform all the delegates, all the participants, that all buses to the hotels will stop at 5 p.m. today. And tomorrow, 25th of June, the plenary is starting at 3 o'clock, and lunch would be served from 1 p.m. Buses will run as normal all day. Basically, this is the announcement that we have been requested to make on behalf of the host country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senegal, you have the floor.
Excusez-moi, Madame la Présidente, peut-être avons-nous été inattentifs. Nous n'avons pas retenu les dates de la prochaine session du comité. Est-ce qu'on pourrait les dire ou les redire, s'il vous plaît? Merci.
I think they're on the screen. Is it? No, Wednesday. Oh, Germany, could you elaborate the dates you mentioned for the committee? I think it was 28th of June.
The dates we envisage are 28th of June till the 8th of July. In the tradition of the committee. This time we are a bit early because of Ramadan. Next year, I think it will not be possible, unfortunately. Yeah, to avoid duplication, overlap. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy your afternoon. Lebanon, you have the floor. Of course, it has to be Lebanon.
I'm troublemaker, but it's not my fault. I just received a telephone from Paris that the Ta'an will not be anymore available next year. So we propose a lady who will be in the delegation, who speaks also French and English. We will have a chairman as a lady and a rapporteur as a lady, which is very good for the gender. And her name is Naya Khairallah. Naya Khairallah.
Okay, thank you. So we've got a gender change and a name change, please. Thank you very much.